Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name Ibrahim Arif bin Ramli, metric number DE180148. So for the final year project 1, my project title is Water Flow Monitoring based on Internet of Things IoT. So for the chapter 1 is Introduction. The introduction consists of problem statement, objective, and scopes. So for the project background, there are many water flow measurement techniques, as well as different types of water flow meter used to measure the volume of water flow in pipeline, but these all are too costly. This is needed for designing and developing a low-cost automatic water flow meter with the help of readily available and low-cost water flow sensor. For the problem statement is measurement taken manually by individuals or failure to take the reading can have drastic effect on the result. Such manual system required extra workforce. The person cannot know the flow and water quality while he was not in the place of deployment, so that for online monitoring only the person needs a computer system. Therefore, Internet of Things IoT era, wireless real-time and internet technology is the best solution. So for the objectives is to design an IoT system for monitoring water flow and water quality of water. Second, to fabricate an IoT system for monitoring water flow and water quality monitoring system using IoT. Lastly, to evaluate the performance of an IoT system for monitoring water flow and water quality management system in terms of water flow rate and total volume. For the scope of study is the system for monitoring water flow and water quality based on IoT using microcontroller ESP8266 will be designed. The parameters such as water flow, temperature, and pH of water will be connected to the NodeMCU ESP8266 board. Then water flow sensor used to detect flow rate of water, temperature sensor used to detect the temperature of water, and pH sensor used to detect pH of water. The pipe where the system will install has 60 mm diameter where all parameters will detect. The hardware will integrate with IoT server which is Blink app. All the parameters will be uploaded to the Blink server and can be viewed or monitored from any part of the world. Okay, so for the chapter 2 is about the literature review. So this is the sensor that we use for this project. First is water flow sensor to detect the water flow. pH sensor to detect the pH of the water. And temperature sensor is used to detect temperature of the water. Next is the previous research. So for the first research is IoT-based smart water quality monitoring and flow control system. This project system has a controller that is interfaced with turbidity sensor, pH sensor, LCD, temperature sensor, conductivity sensor, water level sensor, and Wi-Fi module. For the second research is water flow sensor IoT node for Wi-Fi equipped apartment and gate communities. This paper explains the goal is achieved in three stages, which is calibration of flow sensor, design of robust IoT node with embedded power management, and packaging of the complete system. Third is smart water management system using the microcontroller ZR1CS08S IoT solution. This paper presents a smart water management system using the microcontroller ZR1CS08S IoT solution for water distribution support and losses prevention. Fourth is a low-cost system for real-time water quality monitoring and controlling using IoT. This is a low-cost system for real-time water quality monitoring and controlling using IoT. Lastly, the research is IoT-based flow control using Raspberry Pi. This project IoT-based system is developed to manage the water distribution on a large campus. Depending on the level of the water, the submersible pump start and stop automatically. Okay, so for the chapter 3 is the methodology. So this is the overall project of my project. It start with the literature review. Then it go to the software. First, we need to troubleshooting the coding. Then need to make the testing. If this have error, I should check the coding again. If there is no error, it goes to the code embedding. For the second is for the hardware. I need to make the hardware construction and make the testing. If have error for the hardware, I need to recheck again. And if there is no error, it will go to the code embedding and I will make the hardware testing. If have error, I will check for the code embedding, and if there is no error, the project will go to the data collection and analysis. Lastly, it go to the documentation and it finish. So for the final chapter is chapter 4, which is preliminary result. So this is the program code. The Arduino software IDE will be used for program code. This is the coding for the water flow sensor. This is for pH sensor, and this is for temperature sensor. This coding will be upload and compile to the hardware. So this is the future work for PSM2. One of the objectives for the project has been achieved, that is to design an IT system for monitoring water flow and water quality of water. Future work in PSM2 are as below. To troubleshoot coding using our Arduino software IDE. To create hardware circuit and connection. And lastly, to complete the installation for the hardware. That's all from me. Thank you.